Did you know China is home to over 56 ethnic groups, each with their own languages, customs, and cuisines? Together, they've helped shape the incredibly diverse China we see today. But China's story wasn't just written in calligraphy scrolls and ancient temples. It's also written in passports, letters, and the lives of millions of overseas Chinese who eventually returned home. And when they came back, they brought architecture, food, and culture from all over the world with them, creating places in China that can feel like stepping into another era entirely. And in this video, I have a rare opportunity to explore one of those cities, where the past and present collide in ways I honestly wasn't expecting.
G'day guys, Jake here, or Han Senshan, back with another video. Today I'm coming to you from a city called Jiangmen, which is in Guangdong province. Now, you probably won't find Jiangmen in too many travel blogs, but it has a fascinating and often overlooked history as a hub for returning overseas Chinese. Over the next few days, I've been invited up here by the People's Daily Overseas Network to experience the stories, flavors, and traditions that make Jiangmen so special.
We've got 5 stops on this trip to help us understand how overseas Chinese shaped this city. We'll be wandering historic villages, tasting local cuisine.
That is one of the most uniquely flavored desserts I've ever had in my life.
And getting an inside look at some ancestral mansions that blend Western and Eastern design.
I'm currently staring at one of the most interesting structures I think I've ever seen in China so far.
So if you're ready to uncover a side of China most tourists never see and learn more about how overseas Chinese have shaped this fascinating city, then stick around.
So I just learned that the city of Jiangmen is also known by another name, which is 中国第一侨乡, which reflects its status as the birthplace of more overseas Chinese migrants than any other region in China. And our first stop today is this museum right here. And we're here to learn more about the stories of those overseas Chinese who helped shape this region. Let's go and check it out.
Our story begins back in the mid-1800s, when life in southern China was anything but easy. Floods, overcrowding, and wars left families struggling, and many decided the best chance was to leave their villages and seek opportunities overseas. In 1848, news broke that gold had been discovered overseas, and many Chinese boarded ships bound for places like the US, Australia, Canada, and Southeast Asia to seek riches abroad. The journey itself was pretty brutal. Ships were crammed full, food was scarce, and the voyage across the Pacific could drag on for more than 2 months. On some journeys, only a fraction of passengers survived, with mortality rates estimated between 30 to 70%. But for those who successfully made the journey, many ended up in gold mines or working on the railroads, while others ran small shops and restaurants. And when they started to succeed, the money they sent back home became a lifeline for their families here in Jiangmen. In time, many returned, not just with wealth, but with new skills, new tastes, and new ideas that would reshape the very place they once left behind. And speaking of new ideas, our next stop is all about one taste you probably wouldn't expect to find in Jiangmen. Now, when I think of coffee in China, I usually think of Yunnan or Hainan, but I didn't expect Jiangmen to have its own thriving coffee scene. This is Seng Pan Coffee, a company that's been shaping Jiangmen's modern coffee scene since 2003. And this is one of the owners, who has an overseas story of her own.
This is Jenny, by the way.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
I'm also from Australia.
Yeah, she's from Perth, which is awesome. And you love coffee as well.
Yes.
Us Australians love
I have been in the coffee industry for more than 22 years already. Yes.
So you must make a good cup of coffee. So are these your products?
Yep. This is the drip coffee. Actually, drip coffee is very popular in China now.
Yeah, okay.
I know in Australia they like the capsule.
Yeah, like Nespresso. Yeah.
But in China, most of the people when they travel or they bring at home, they prefer to have drip coffee.
Like a
more
coffee
familiar.
bag.
Yeah, coffee bag.
I actually have some coffee bags here.
yeah.
I like that as well because you can 做高铁，然后就加热水。
Actually, we saw our coffee in Gaotai as well. Oh, you
Really?
can drink my coffee in Gaotai.
Okay, I might have drunk your coffee before, maybe. Hello.
Simon.
Your name's Simon?
Yeah,
I'm Jake.
good day.
Nice to meet you. Good day. You know I'm Australian.
Studied in Australia for a few years.
You're all from Australia.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
This place has their own specialty blends and unique roasting methods, and they've become a key player in bringing global coffee culture back home.
Because this is city, more like overseas they bring the new idea,
Okay.
new industry
Yeah.
to come to set up their own business. This is one of the city that first make up like a roasting plantation. So that's why we in Jiangmen we have many roasters that already established here like 20 years already.
This town really does have a very multicultural vibe. It seems like everyone I've met so far has some sort of connection to overseas.
From Malaysia.
Oh, from Malaysia.
Yes,
Okay.
I have a relative in Malaysia. He was my grandpa's brother.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know
Right.
some of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Later, I will introduce my artwork to you.
Really?
Yeah, it's over there. 你可以猜一下我是做什么的？
现在吗？
对，
不是画画。
不是画画，
哦
但是 it's kind of 画画。
Woodwork？
No.
我猜不了。
You will know. You will know later.
Okay, okay. What?
我们留一点点神秘感。
哦，好。
Here is
吧
the best.
这是每年的春节的时候。
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
this
Cool.
factory.
I'm
This is
very.
their coffee
每
shop.
年的春节
Oh, this is the coffee
刚
tree.
开始
咖啡树。
这个是它可以看
看
到
的高度，对，the coffee
Oh
tree.
yeah, this is
okay.
the coffee tree.
对，可以顺
But the most place for growing coffee in China is Yunnan.
云南。
And Hainan is for the Robusta.
哦，我
Yunnan is
我也
for
去过
Arabica.
兴隆。
兴隆
对对。
那是海南。
Yes.
Yeah.
也去过云南。
也去过云南。
对。
你去过中国很多地方了。
我喜欢旅游。对。
我们也都很喜欢。
Alright, we're in the coffee shop. Let's taste some coffee.
One stop.
Oh!
They have cakes as well. Yeah.
Cool. This is your artwork.
Yeah.
Your artwork is amazing.
Thank you.
So, what do you use to actually?
It's sugar paste.
It's what? Sugar paste?
paste, yeah.
No
Sugar
way.
paste.
All this is sugar paste?
Yeah, it's all the sugar paste. And this all kind of Diaolou, and this is the. I wanted to show the details, all the details with the sugar art in
Yeah.
Diaolou. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, maybe in the future. Yeah, you will see this one
Okay.
in Diaolou. And this artwork, I won the gold award in 2023. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Join me.
Yeah, of course. This is our menu, and this is the afternoon tea sets. 所有的一个灵感来自于我们就是江门这里的一个苦瓜。You will taste all the different ways to describe the bitter melon.
Okay, so this is made with bitter melon
this
as well.
Is the fresh,
Okay.
lively. It's the bitter melon lemon tea.
Wow, that is really good. That is awesome.
It's really cool for summer.
Refreshing.
Yeah, refreshing.
Very refreshing.
And this
great.
is the bitter melon jelly. And
Jelly.
I put some, chenpi powder on the top.
Chenpi powder
Yeah,
jelly.
chenpi powder. And
Okay.
honey.
And honey.
Yeah, and honey.
Oh my gosh. You can eat the flowers, yeah?
Of course. And
Ooh,
then-
that's a very quite bitter compared to this. This is like more refreshing, but this is like actually it's quite refreshing too. But it's yeah, you can definitely taste that bitter melon. All right, is this an apple?
Okay. This one is I do something like playful.
Okay.
Yeah, I use this is the bean paste.
That is bean paste.
Yeah, bean paste.
I love it.
Yeah, bean paste. In the inside is the lemongrass.
Wow.
And the bitter melon.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Check that out. There's so many flavors in there.
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
flavors on the inside.
Lemongrass, the cool gua, yeah, and then the crispy at the bottom, which kind of is there like a little bit of like I don't know white chocolate or something
Yeah,
in there.
white chocolate.
Yeah.
white chocolate with the pistachios.
White chocolate and pistachio. Okay, I love this.
You're really smart.
This is really, really good. I might have to finish this whole thing.
Let me bring the wet napkin for you.
Thank you. I think I can say hands down that is one of the most uniquely flavored desserts I've ever had in my life. I love it's got her name there. She's a legend. Shout out to Sherry. If you're ever in Jiangmen, come visit this place. Got some of the most unique desserts I've ever had in my life, plus some damn good coffee. Cheers.
I feel like Sherry's story kind of sums up Jiangmen. She went out into the world, learned some cool skills, and brought them back to make her hometown even better. And for our next stop, we're heading to another place where history, culture, and snacks collide.
right, we are here at a place called 33rd Street, which is apparently quite a famous area and a famous street which overseas Chinese came back to in the 1900s and built these quite famous structures called qilous, which kind of mixes European or Western architecture and Chinese architecture. Let's go check it out.
Back in the early 1900s, this street was the beating heart of Jiangmen. Thanks to its location along the Pengjiang River, it had direct trade access to Macau and Hong Kong, earning it the nickname the origin of Jiangmen City. Many locals who had struck it rich overseas came back and invested here. They built these iconic structures called qilou, arcaded shop houses that blend Western and Chinese design. But it wasn't just about showing off wealth. Those covered walkways kept traders shaded from the sun and dry when it was raining, making this one of the busiest commercial hubs in the region. These days, 33rd Street is still buzzing, with old shops and trendy cafes around every corner.
这个地方叫什么？
这个叫马嘉莲，然后这是我们的奶茶，然后我们就会对这个对黑白奶。黑白奶荷兰的。
黑白奶
对，
这个我没有看过。
来可以仔细看一下。那个就是首先是拉茶，这个布袋把茶叶放进去，出来是这个效果。
具体的茶叶吗？是什么？
斯里兰卡红茶。
是吗？
对。斯里兰卡红茶。然后呢，就用膏状低冲的形式把它给冲好来，放在这里边煮。煮以后呢，煮开以后要焖了20分钟以后呢，然后我们再开始兑奶兑糖。糖不是必须的，但奶是必须的。
明白。
我做一杯给你们试一下。
这是我们招牌，这丝袜奶茶就是这个茶煮出来的。
Let's try it.
愿意用那个。
That is good. Yes. I'm so glad it's not sweet. 很好喝。
这个热的更好喝。
好的，谢谢。好。Alright, we're gonna try all types of tea here. Apparently this is.
像麻雀一样，要什么都要全。
That is such a cool smell to it. Yeah, it's kind of like coffee, milk, tea, black beans. It's kind of like all in one, isn't it?
Together.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really like it. Especially that it's not that sweet because whenever I'm having such a thing in China, it's super sweet.
Yeah. I always have to ask for no sweet.
Yeah.
So this is from.
Yeah.
And these also are from Have you been to Macau?
No. Have you been to?
Yeah. So Macau used to be a Portuguese colony, and so Portuguese egg tarts are everywhere. Gotta try it. That's so good. I love these things. Oh, this place was actually built in 1952, it looks like. And at that time, when we're talking about overseas Chinese, at that time, Macau and Hong Kong were also considered overseas Chinese because they were a Portuguese and English colony. So they were part of the overseas Chinese population that came back, brought their culture, brought these types of, nai cha, and then also the Portuguese egg tarts back here and contributed to this region's development. Pretty cool. Oh no, there's a little cat. Whoa. Come on, buddy, you can do it.
它会吃这个吗？
She just caught it. Oh, they're still flapping away.
3，哦，来了。
哦，它来了。
再来。我来啊。1、2、3。哦，来了。
Now it's happy. Oh, it's very happy. That's so nice. She just comes over here just to feed the homeless cat up there. Actually, it has a home in the tree.
After wandering through these pretty cool streets, it was time to check out what is probably the most famous legacy left behind by overseas Chinese returnees here in Jiangmen.
Check these out. These towers are pretty cool. They look like very European. And we're here at a place called Kaiping, and specifically we're in a village called Zilitun, which translates to the self-reliant village, which turns out to be quite an appropriate name because these are more than just towers that we're looking at. They are fortresses that were actually built by wealthy Chinese returnees, and there's a very interesting story behind all this. So let's go check it all out.
These multi-story watchtowers, or Diaolou, were built in the 1920s and 30s by overseas Chinese who made their fortunes abroad. They weren't just showing off though, they were thoughtfully designed with defense in mind. These Diaolou were safe refuges against floods, bandits, and other dangers, and they feature a stunning blend of Chinese forms with Western elements learned from overseas. Some towers were communal, built by whole villages as temporary shelters, while others were residential strongholds built by one family, with thick walls, reinforced steel doors, and even gun holes on the upper levels.
Let's go take a look inside, shall we? Is that a grandfather clock? Huh. I bet you that was brought back from overseas. Alright, looks like we've got living room.
Walking around inside, it definitely felt like going back in time a bit. You can see traces of Western influence everywhere. You've got these blue patterns all around the walls, arched doorways, and high ceilings, all inspired by styles brought back from overseas. But it's also really interesting to see how they've mixed both of those styles into kind of like a fusion of interior decoration. Like, this bed frame is covered in Chinese gold carvings, but it also has that Western open four-poster design with the draped curtains. It's a very cool clash of culture, this place.
Man, they've got 5 levels. I am sweating bullets. It is such a hot day here today. Let's go check out the rooftop. What a view! Yeah, I wouldn't mind living here. Apparently some people do. Still live in Diaolou. Man, these would have been the talk of the town when people started building these. Imagine if your next door neighbour built one of these. I'd just be like, mate, what are you trying to prove? And then when I walk through it, come up here on the rooftop, I'd be like, okay, I gotta get me one of these. Whew. I am sweating bullets. Absolutely sweating bullets. It is a very, very hot day. Tell you what though, in those actual Diaolous, it's quite like cool and breezy. I reckon I'd love to live in one of those things. It'd be really nice. Especially with that rooftop, that was absolutely beautiful. All right, learned a lot about Diaolou. On to the next stop.
So if Diaolou were the luxury fortresses from 100 years ago, then our final stop kind of takes luxury to a whole new level. This is Chikan Ancient Town, and it's where back in the early 1900s, a few successful overseas Chinese families returned home and kind of let loose with their hard-earned cash. They didn't just build a few houses or shops, they basically built an entire waterfront town. And by the 1930s, Chikan's ideal location along the Tan River helped it become one of the largest market towns in southern China. Over the decades though, this place gradually fell into a state of disrepair. But in 2017, 6 billion yuan was invested to revitalize Chikan Old Town. And today, it's kind of become a massive resort/theme park, focused all around the theme of overseas Chinese. Here you can find 600 well-preserved arcade buildings, mostly constructed using architectural drawings brought back from the US, Europe, and Southeast Asia. There are historical exhibits, cafes, bars, even trolley cars that are modelled after ones that ran all over North America in the 1900s. Side note, this was especially cool for me because I just got back from a 2-month trip in the States with my family, and we rode something very similar in San Francisco. I feel like this is all coming full circle for me a little bit. By the way, those vlogs are coming up soon, so be sure to subscribe if you'd like to follow our journey.
This place kind of feels like you're going back in time to like the 1930s or something. Like you're back in an old Western movie or something like that.
It turns out this isn't too far from the truth, because Chikan has been a filming location for many 1920s and 30s era movies. And it is China after all, so of course there's got to be a shop nearby where you can try on some olden day clothing.
What do we reckon of this? Oh boy.
This place definitely has an old meets new kind of vibe, and that theme can even show up in some very unexpected ways.
Hey, 机器人. Oh, you want an example of old mixing with new? There it is. There's a little robot cleaning the streets. Seriously, modern meets old.
After spending the afternoon doing our little amateur fashion show, it was time to let some real performers put on a show. When the sun goes down here, the ancient town lights up, and thousands gather together to watch some quite grand performances that bring Jiangmen's overseas stories to life.
Everyone's got their umbrellas out.
Okay, when they told me we'd be watching a performance telling the story of overseas Chinese, I can't say I was expecting that. That was epic. But I guess it just goes to show how much China values its overseas Chinese community. It took a lot of courage for those people to leave their homes, get on those boats, and make such a dangerous journey overseas. And when they did succeed, they didn't forget where they came from. As someone living away from home myself, I can definitely relate to that. After living in China for 2 years, I've come to really respect this kind of growth mindset that they have here. Instead of shutting out foreign influences entirely, they try their best to celebrate them. Over these 3 days in Jiangmen, I've been able to see with my own 2 eyes how new ideas, skills and cultures have blended to create something unique here. And I can't help but feel that the world would be a better place if more of us embraced that same spirit of working together instead of pulling apart. Thanks to the People's Daily Overseas Network for giving me the opportunity to meet some new friends and learn so much on this trip. And of course, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the journey.